Oh, hold on. Let me make my bed. One second. All right, everything looks good. All right, what up? It's your boy Big Heart, Big Nose, Big Duet, Default Tefe, and I'm coming to you guys with a video because I've seen this. I've been seeing this around recently, and my friend brought this up to me. It was talking about how this anime studio called Mappa, that's M-A-P-P-A, is animating a behemoth of shows for 2023. And I just wanted to go down the line in the roster so I can see how big and how basically how big of a workload they have. In the last couple of years, we've seen with like Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Vinland Saga, Fire Force, even Dragon Ball Super, One Piece. The animation has, in a sense, gotten better, but it's also been at a huge toll. One thing about Mappa too, let me look up some of their recent works. Yeah, so Mappa was established in 2011. It's a Japanese animation studio founded by Masayo Maruyama. Yada yada. It employs 250 people as of December 2021 between its Tokyo and Sendai studios. Yeah, so they have 250 people, and from what I'm looking at, they've done Jujutsu Kaisen the first season, Attack on Titan the final season, Kakegurui, yep, Chainsawman, Yuri on Ice, The God of High School, Banana Fish, oh my god, Dorohedoro, yo, Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, this studio has a lot of good things under them. Yeah, Yasuke, that's a good one. I haven't watched it though, but you know, people said it was a hit or miss. I'm looking at there's some like low-key titles, but yeah, they have some big hitters on their roster. And one thing that the first real thing that popped up in my head when I found out about this was either 2023 is going to be a great year for anime or it's going to be a terrible year. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I haven't really watched anime in the sense of like the seasons since like summer 2019 when Dr. Stone and JoJo Part 5 was out. I haven't watched any show really since then, like in the current roster, because the way anime is, it's okay, we have a bunch of shows for say winter of 2021 or winter of 2022, and these shows are going to be running either 12 episodes, 24 episodes, or just long running serializations. Or not serializations, but you know, the studio is basically saying we're gonna make an episode a week, but we're probably gonna have like 15 episodes done 3 months ago for it to be released in advance. And just looking at the scale, basically, if you don't know anything about anime, the titles I listed are basically like the NFL having 5 Super Bowls done in 1 year. That's yeah, it's like having 5 Super Bowls done, 12 finals, NBA finals, flicking 7 World Cups. It's huge. Attack on Titan is one of, if not the biggest animes to ever be released in the past, like what, 2 decades. So that in itself is such a big jump from, say, like, you know, something small. To be honest, like, so I can't even list, I can't even name it. Now Kakegurui is not that big, but it did have that big release on Netflix, so Netflix bringing it to the mainstream. Someone that usually when I found it, if they didn't have Netflix or Hulu, watch Kakegurui, and now it's one of like the niche, it has like a niche fan base. I watched the first 2 seasons. It's okay. Like, it's nothing. Yeah, scanning over it now, my brain it's nothing really. Like, I'm interested, but I kind of watch it just because I think of it as like an errand, not because I'm like a true fan. The one I'm very excited for, the one I'm most excited for, is the Jujutsu Kaisen 2nd season. The thing with Jujutsu Kaisen is, when I watched the first season, the thing about me is, I read a lot of manga. The fact that I haven't been watching anime since like 2019 is because I've been reading a lot of manga. I've probably read thousands upon thousands of chapters since then. And one thing I do is, if I watch, say, a first season of an anime and the 2nd season didn't come out yet, I get impatient. I just read ahead in the manga. There have only been a handful of shows, a handful, of shows that have stopped me from reading ahead in the manga. One of those shows being Promised Neverland. The first season came out, I think it was like 2018, 2019. That shit was great. That was a great show first season wise. I liked it because I liked the aspect of how you're just pushed into this world and you know nothing along with the characters. Like the characters know nothing and you know nothing. I love that. I don't like being pushed into a world where the characters know everything about it and us as the viewers know nothing. So I have to catch up through the events of the show rather than learning along with the characters. And that's what I really liked about it, because it was just a bunch of children that knew jack shit. The second season rolls around. I didn't read ahead in the manga, and for those who've seen the second season, you know what I'm talking about how dog shit that shit was. I remember a lot about it, but one thing I do know is that they rushed the ending on the second season. And I didn't read the manga, so I didn't know how many arcs there were left. But people who read the manga and then watched the season, they were like, this is dog shit. Even for me not reading the manga, I could tell that it was rushed. You go from this to this. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah. But that was like the first real show that I did not read ahead on. Jujutsu Kaisen is another one. I watched the first season. It earned me not reading the manga. And then I watched the movie. It earned me not reading the manga times 2. I'm waiting for the second season to come out. It earned it. It earned it. Other shows, Attack on Titan, I read ahead with some other ones that they're doing. You're a nice, never watched that. A Chainsaw Man. Now let's talk about Chainsaw Man. I started reading the manga before the anime even was announced. I started reading the manga like 2020-ish. So I'm up to date on it. A lot of people like the anime, you know. I haven't really heard a lot about it, but that's because I just distanced myself from the whole like area of it. I'm not trying to be a loner. It's just like, if you don't talk about it, if you don't search for it, it's not going to show up when you recommend it or anything. I heard a bit of the opening. Like I said, it's cool. The manga is cool. Manga was very niche. The manga was the first part. We're in the second part of Chainsaw Man in the manga. No spoilers. They have to continue the story. But the first part was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. One thing I also like to do is if I read a manga, I'm not going to watch the anime. I'm sorry, because source material is best when it's followed. And if you don't follow the source material, I get a little picky. I'm sorry. I just don't want to watch it. Denji is a good MC. The second season is already announced and confirmed. That means that the studio made enough money from the first season to, you know, get some more animators in that bitch and be like, yeah, let's work on it. But the fact that they have all of these shows under one studio being released in 1 year, there are 4 seasons for it to be released, but that means that it's going to be worked around like year round. And there's only 250 employees as of December 2021. That's a lot. I stopped watching anime because it lost some sort of like sensibility. And you could say, but look at all these titles. Quantity over quality isn't the best. Just because 5 Super Bowls are made in 1 year doesn't mean that, you know, the Super Bowl will be good. That just probably means that the production will be, you know, lowered. Instead of having one good Super Bowl. As somebody who's been watching anime consistently for over 10 years now and reading manga, it disappoints me, because like I can understand COVID lowered a lot of things, but even before COVID started, like in 2019, it got oversaturated. I had to take a break, really, because I would watch a lot. It's not like, oh, I'm watching Little Witch Academy here, and then I'm watching you know, fucking March Comes In Like a Lion. No, I was watching back to back. Maybe that was on me that I got tired out about it, but there was no real titles to where I really like being concurrently released. Not old ones made in like the 2000s, like new anime this season being released, where I'm like, and then most of the stuff that was being released, I already read ahead and like from the manga. Call Me San has a communication deficiency, whatever. I already read ahead on it. So when it gets announced as an anime, I'm like, I'm not interested. I already read it. There's a bunch of others because I read a lot of manga too. Yeah, I really do hope that the studio can push through and have a revolution of anime. I know you're watching this, you're like, what the fuck do you mean? They released Demon Slayer. Yeah, that's for the new watchers. It's for the new watchers. Why do you think Demon Slayer became the highest selling manga over One Piece at one point? Because it's for the new people. Attack on Titan introduced anime to the mainstream. One Punch Man. Oh, also they're animating the second season of One Punch Man. Let's get into that. The third season. The second season of One Punch Man was a down. It just let a lot of people down. The animation wasn't good compared to the first one. Like, I watched both seasons. The second season wasn't that bad compared to the first one in the sense of story, but I can see why the animation was dog shit, or people didn't like it. I'm hoping that this studio pulls through and has some sort of revolution in a sense of bringing the people like me, because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone in this. I know I'm not alone in the sense of so much saturation in the market. I just get fucking overwhelmed. I just dip off. Yeah, new watchers, new viewers coming in through TikTok, coming in through Netflix, coming in through Hulu. But the people who had to trudge through all the torrents online, all the illegal websites, and all the people who had to fucking jailbreak their iPhone just to download certain apps to read these things. I know we're out there. I see you because I'm one of you guys. And I know that some of you guys have been disappointed with what's been released. I'm right there with you, but I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to hope that 2023 is the year that I get back into anime seriously, like how I was before. Because from like 2014 to like 2019, consecutively, every season, watching 5 or more shows every single week. I want to get back into it. I do, hopefully. And that's also on my point. That's also, I have to be accountable on my part. I have to jump into it and not let fear stop me. Or, is the show gonna be good? The show not gonna be good? We're just gonna have to get into it. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's been on my mind. I just really wanted to get some of my thoughts off. The thing with me and manga is like, I'm cool with manga. I'm chilling with manga, but anime, man, I really do believe that you guys can get back into it. I watched some movies. I watched, like I said, the Jujutsu Kaisen movie. I haven't watched the One Piece movie yet, and I haven't watched that Dragon Ball Super movie. I did watch the Demon Slayer movie. Demon Slayer with me, I was never interested. A part of it being, being a One Piece fan, I'm like, fuck this. You guys outsold One Piece, fuck you guys. But I just never was interested. I can understand why the mangaka left the story to take care of her parents. I saw that. But yeah, we need a revolution, man. We need some new shit. We need some hot shit. We need something back. Even in the manga scene, there have been some good titles that released. There's this new Sasuke story that I've been reading, and that's been pretty good, but I don't think it's going to bring the fandom back alive. I know there have been some opinions I said in this video where you're like, what? But it is an opinion. It is my perspective. I don't speak for the whole fandom of anime because there have been a fuck ton of new people coming in, but this is just from my perspective. I really do want to get back into it. I do believe that this studio can push through and power through and make 5 Super Bowls seem like one mega bowl. I do believe that I will get in tune with that side of me that I left, because anime for me wasn't just watching these cartoons. It helped me out a lot during times where I felt low, and in this portion of my life where I'm trying to figure out who I am, I want to have my support back, my baby. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any thoughts below? Drop them. Shouts out to the new camera, the little GoPro. Hopefully the lighting wasn't too bad. I'm just trying things out. It is what it is. I really do appreciate you guys. It's been your boy Big Heart, Big Nose, Big Do It. Viva Tefe. I'll see you later. Peace.